everybody, welcome back to Weekend Disc Golf, and today I'm going to see if Pro can fix my form in under 7 minutes. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to be learning from Gannon Buhr. There's a video of him teaching people how to do forehand better, and personally for me, I'm not as good as forehand. So I'm going to be watching that and trying to get better. So if you don't know who Gannon Buhr is, and if you're new to disc golf, go check him out right now. He's #1 in the world, so I mean, I expect it's going to be very good. So let's get into it.
What up? Today's video is on forehands. Now, I think the forehand is mistaught quite a bit, and I think there's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing because there's not a ton of videos out there. So I'll be going over everything I know about forehands and how I know I can improve yours. First off, real quick, just gonna go through my grip. I hold it like that, putting most of my pressure into the flight plate. Now, a lot of people put it into the rim. That when I do that, I get a lot of wobble, but you know, it kind of depends on how you feel with that. Whenever I push into the rim, it's kind of like it's locked in there, but I'm not getting a pivot. Where if I pinch the flight plate, I can get this pivot without, you know, ripping out of my hand. So I get extra spin that way, and spin's very important for like lower speed discs when it comes to the forehand.
Okay, so he first said that to like so most people just do like they don't put much pressure on the flight plate. And so I honestly, I don't think I struggle with that a ton, even though I think it is probably better to put a little more pressure like right here, and helps more like spin and yeah, just pressure to get it more spin. So I'm gonna try that, and I think it might be better. So
starting off with just the mechanics, the first thing I'll talk about is the run-up. So I've seen a couple of different run-ups. For me, I do, kind of depends on how far the shot is, but it's a pretty slow, controlled run-up. 1, 2, and then I kind of do a hop, 3, 4, and then throw. I basically, wherever my left foot lands, right here, let's say it lands to the left of this disc, it's just gonna replace with my right foot, and then I'll go into the shot. Some people like to kind of cross over their step like that. I've also seen cross behind. I think it kind of turns your hips away too much though, and then it becomes a little awkward. You might get more power. But yeah, I like to keep it simple. Just do a slow walk up, replace the step, and then throw into the shot. So here's what it looks like for me on a soft shot.
So going on to the mechanics, he said, or the run-up. So his run-up I actually really like, and so I think I'm gonna do that. And so it was like so he did like 1, 2, and then replace the foot, and then just an easy like throw. So I like that. I'm gonna try that as well. So it's gonna be like, I'm not gonna throw, but it's gonna be like throw. So yeah, okay, next.
Now I'm gonna show you guys angle control. This is super easy, and this is why I stress to keep a pretty flat angle in general when you're throwing forehand. I don't think it's smart to come way up here and then swoop down, because it can create injury, but also just inconsistency everywhere because the angle's changing so much. Whatever angle the shot is, I lean over a little bit, but I drop my elbow to whatever height I need it to be for that shot. So if it's an Anheuser and I'm aiming at that goal right there, I'm gonna set it on the angle I want, and all I gotta do is come back and then come through on the same angle, and then continue the plane. That's on a hula hoop. So it's gonna fall through down. So you'll see it here. And then next, I'll do a flat forehand. Same thing, just keep it flat, snap it right down the middle. I aced it. And then finally is the hyzer. This one's pretty easy. You just lean over, drop the angle of the elbow, and swing it out on whatever angle you want. So it makes it super easy to hit the angles. That's where, like I said, the problem is when you come way up here, it makes it so hard to hit angles. There's no point. I will always sacrifice, you know, 25, 50 feet of distance if I know where the disc is gonna go every time.
Okay, on to angle control, he said. This is very key for me, I think, and because usually all the time I just do like a very wobbly kind of thing when I want to go on flex. It doesn't go that way. And so he just made it very clear, like for flex, you just follow this line like that. When you want it to go straight, you just follow that line. And then when you want it to get some hyzer, you know, you just follow the line, which is very key for me. Because I usually, you know, before I was just kind of like trying to put it on. When I wanted to go on this much flex, I usually went on that, no flex or too much flex. So that's very key for me, and so I'm gonna do that, definitely.
So that kind of goes into my next point, like I said, the flat pull through. So I like to keep it right here, make it really simple. The only thing I really do, I start to reach back as I'm going to replace that step. And then as my last step's coming out, I raise my elbow just a little bit to give me some extra power, and I drop it into my right hip. And pretty much once it's in my hip, it's locked for the rest of the throw. And then it comes through like this and then pops out wherever I want it. So it's like this here, and I'm just going lock to the hip, out, lock to the hip. It makes it super easy. So when I'm warming up my forehand and trying to get my release and my timing, that's what it looks like. And it's super easy to just kind of project the line you want. So here's what that looks like.
Okay, so the next thing he talked about is like the pull through and the lock to the hip, which I like also. So it was like he went like lock to the hip, and then that's how he was gonna throw from then on. So you just go lock to the hip, and like keep going like that. Of course, I don't know if I'm doing this super well, but I think it's definitely gonna help my game so much better. So the next part was just the advanced segment. After that, if you watch the whole video of what he did, I don't think I'm gonna do that because I'm still a beginner or an amateur on forehand and just me. So I'm just gonna stick to those, and I'm gonna throw a couple throws and see if that helped me, because my usual forehand does not go very far. So hopefully this gets me better. Okay, so I'm gonna throw forehand now on the things that he just said. I have the Wraith, the Feldon, the Steam Line, and the Trespass. So here I go. Put on a little bit of flex since all these are kind of overstable. Okay, that's one problem I've been having. It cut rolls. So I'm gonna try to fix that and get a little more height. Have the steamer, some flex. Or I'll throw this a little more straight. So. Okay, that was better. I think I also, with my left arm, to get more power in the other advanced segment that he did in that video, it was to like use your left arm to get more power in. I'm not gonna focus on a lot, but it is effective to throw a little farther. Okay, now I got the Feldon. This one's pretty beefy, so I'm gonna put some flex to it. That was low, but it faded out, it fought out in time. Lastly, have the Trespass. Another cut roll, but that was actually very far. I'm gonna throw one last. I'm gonna throw the Thunderbird. This as well is a little bit overstable. Let's do it. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I believe that helped me a lot, and I'm going to continue to do that. Thank you, Ganber, and check out him. See you in the next video.